So now we need to go back and verify that our design is on following the original sketch, and probably adding some more definition to it. So I'm going to go and activate my the design. And one thing that I want to do is start putting some of the vertices that I know will need to match better. And I'm just using the arrow key to flip from vertex to vertex. I know I still have the mouth closed, and I'll have to keep it closed, open like that for a little bit more, because he is usually your character, you'll rig it with the mouth semi-open and not with the mouth closed. We'll just give a little bit of lip to his mouth there and push this in a little bit more. Okay, so just keeping in check some of these vertices, and remember not to just do only the edge there, but some of the ones that go next to it. This one doesn't seem to be bad at all. The nose seems to be right. Here there is a little bit of definition that has to happen around the eyebrows, so we'll get back to that later. This one can be actually be pushed out, and this one can be actually up a little bit more, and this one can be out, and these guys can be in a little bit more. And okay, so that seems to be fine. If I go to this, that gives me a good reference that my model having a good thing. So I'm going to help give some definition doing a few things. One of them is I am going to delete the bottom faces so that I can have a clean open bottom of the head, and that's going to help me with defining the neck so that it doesn't round up like that, but it's more like having a straight, sort of like a continued surface, because in theory that is going to be meeting with something else of some other parts of the body. Right now the neck feels a little square, like you see that there, so that means I'm going to have to push in some of these vertices here, and I may probably end up correcting some of that with the sculpt tool just to round him up a little bit more. Well, now do a little bit of check on the front view, and you see the front view. If I do X-ray here, his body is not really following, so I'm going to just try to push actually some of these guys out. And again, I kind of go in blocks, so I'm not moving just one vertex, but multiple. And I'm going to grab some of the head too. And it seems that his cheek needs to pull out a tiny bit more. Okay, so that gives a little bit of a better shape there. It's a little bit of inconsistency here. The arrow key allows me to go up and down those vertices. So this whole row here, I'll try to move it back a tiny bit. So that, this, and that. Push them back. Okay, and then get them back in a little bit too. So that is next. And as I said, I may use the sculpt tool a little bit better later. Okay, I need also to, I'm looking at the model, and all these parts, I can see the geometry having sort of like a semi-quad consistency. You see quads all around, but up here, his forehead feels not so much. So I'm going to just insert an edge loop up there just to give a little more consistency, and the way he shows that a little more square likeness to all his geometry. And you know, if in version 1 you see things like that, don't worry about it. I keep clicking the wrong key. The important version is the one that you see in the smooth version. Alright, I'm going to delete the history one more time, and I'm going to save an incremental save there.